where the dishonesty comes in. You had
That's
no level. It is
so
a lie.
This is so dishonest.
Fine. You were extremely uncareful with the truth to tell people that I was dismissing your essay when you had no idea if that's actually what happened.
Anyone who read that would have seen. Anyone who read that would have seen that's what you were doing.
No, because there's plenty of people that laughed and totally understood what I was saying and thought it was funny, and that was it. And it was the end of it.
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know.
People thought that it was funny. People thought that it was funny because they thought that you were dismissing my sexual assault.
You're just assuming now why people thought it was funny. That's insane.
We can go back. We can go back in your Twitter and see how people responded.
And a bunch of people like, that's really funny because you're dismissing Lav's essay. Really?
I'm sure that we will find something along those lines. Yes, Kyla.
I'm dubious.
So we had this exact discussion with Lav a couple nights ago, just about how there's a difference between like an outright lie and misrepresenting the truth slightly, or what you think might be the truth. I don't really like. Yeah, it's really just splitting hairs. Like, you guys can go through it, but it's not. You shouldn't be arguing about
no,
like, whether this would even be lied. You should be arguing about what a lie is.
This would be this would be
careful with the truth.
Okay, when Kyla's talking about
your relationship to the truth,
Jesus, is you're a yapper. You're a stage 3
your relationship
yapper.
with the truth. I am a yapper. That's true. Your relationship with the truth is
even
shoddy
Nick
at
had
best, to the point. He has something else to do. That to the point that it makes you seem like a liar, to the point that you make TikToks about how just lies pop out of your mouth all the time because you have a really sussy relationship with the truth. So sure, maybe you're not.
That's a classic Lav TikTok. Holy fuck, man! What did you say again? Do you ever just a lie just what? And you're like, go right.
In an intentional way, you just like find ways to use language to like disguise the reality as much as possible so that you have as like minimal responsibility into like what you're doing. Sure, whatever you want to call that word, that's what you're doing. I don't care what you want to call it, liar or like not as honest as you could be or shielding from the truth. What do you want to call it?
Okay, so when I made that video on TikTok, that was a TikTok joke video. I had amassed 200,000 followers at that point, of now which I have 600,000. 200,000 at that point, years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and that was about like simple lies like, have you eaten today? And me being like, no, yes, like just stuff like that. And the average person lies about 7 to like 11 times a day of just about little shit, right? So now this is dug out to prove a point years later about something like sexual assault. They're saying that I lied about Hassan. They're saying I lied about Gabriel Gundaker. This is an attempt to smear me because I came out about men. That has bearing on fucking reality. No, shut the fuck up. Another thing. To bring that up as like I have a problem with the truth, Kyla, you have demonstrated during this very conversation that you have a very strange relationship with the truth, because literally in Destiny's tweet, either you or him or a liar that says that there was a formal agreement that I had to sign, and you cannot explain how that came to be whatsoever, and you won't, and you just keep moving the goalpost, and you just keep waffling, and you keep doing all these
Lav raping, Erudite getting raped. Jesus Christ. It's just like, because Erudite will not sell at Destiny out. That's the thing. It's the same with the ABBA situation. She will not say that ABBA was denying the sexual assault. She will not say Destiny lied. But also, she won't take the flak herself. So it was just dancing between the two constantly.
things, and you just keep trying to move the goalposts and saying I'm a liar, and it is ridiculous. If I have a shoddy relationship with the truth, then so do you, babe. So do you. You trying to make this about me and how I'm a liar when you can name like one thing that is maybe, if you loosely define a lie, if you don't believe that I actually felt that way, it's a lie. But even then, I don't think most people would call it a lie. And that's your long list of lies that I've done. Was one, something that I still claim that you cannot falsify. Two things actually that you cannot falsify about the Hassan thing, and then me actually feeling some way, and also me calling someone Harvey Weinstein, which I've already talked about with just like with whatever that I was describing an.
It was this. If Erudite told him that Destiny didn't lie, personally, I think in that situation, I think probably Nick lied, if anyone lied there. I think Nick spoke to Lav in this Discord call about this conversation that her and Mr. Girl had to have where they were going to lay out some boundaries. And then when Nick got off the call, he went to Erudite and he spoke it up. He was like, "Oh, I was on this crazy call. Lav said that her and Mr. Girl had to make this formal agreement, like a contract, to like say that they weren't going to be sexual together." It's like, I think it's because Shaylin was like trying to stop them from getting together. And then Erudite's like, "Oh my god, we should tell Destiny this because then I get a crumb of fucking clout for my fucking totally unentertaining stream." And then yeah, and then Destiny tweeted it.
Aspect.
Yeah, Nick lied to hyperbolic. Yeah, I think that's the most likely outcome. Most likely explanation, rather.
Of his personality or relationship with his audience or with his orbiters that I think is still Weinstein-esque, that I have still doubled down on, and even with him doubled down on recently. That is not a lie. You keep saying, in the whole of DGG, keep saying that I'm this liar, and they cannot pinpoint or prove anything I've lied about. It is insane. And you do the same thing with Brittany, and you do the same thing with Cherry, and you do the same thing, I'm sure that it'll happen with Melina. It's like anything that goes against anyone, you're a liar, and then I'm now this huge narrative of being a liar persists. No, I'm saying, like, chat, while Brittany was in here, all of chat was like, she's lying, she's lying, she's lying. Anyone who goes against Steven or says anything about Steven.
Lav did not agree with everything Nick said in regards to that at all. That's just wrong. That's outright just false. Lav disagreed that she brought up Shaylin. Lav disagreed that there was a physical contract. And Lav disagreed that it was a formal signing. Lav disagreed there was even a formal agreement. She just said that there was like a conversation. They just had to lay out their boundaries explicitly.
And ever they're just called a fucking liar. And obviously, since I had
Brittany a liar, I just think
they do.
They
so
were mad.
The situation. Sorry to litigate this at all, but so the situation with Gabriel Gundacker, you'd say that it wasn't a rape, but it was a sexual assault. Is that correct?
I don't fucking know what it was.
Okay.
Gabriel Gundacker.
Is that his name? I think that's his name.
Yeah, his name's Gabriel Gundacker. And also, 25 women came forward.
That's fine.
So, this whole idea that, like, I have lied about multiple men, 25 women came forward about Gabriel Gundacker. I never said that Steven raped me at all. In fact, from the beginning, I said that I had a great time. I have emphasized that I had a very great time with Steven, that it was completely consensual. But I thought that maybe
coercive on the basis of the financial relationship or whatever. But that's not what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, okay. It was that it could have loosely been translated as coercive through our business relationship with each other.
Sure.
There was absolutely no other
she's really softened this, trying to get back into DG, hasn't she? Jesus.
If there was, I would have a fucking cease and desist letter, or there'd be litigation.
Okay,
there just wasn't.
I guess here's my issue. If we're gonna talk about the Gabriel Gundacker situation, right? So I've heard you call it sexual assault, and I've heard you call it absolutely not a rape, but rather a weird sexual situation that happened that you thought was funny. And yeah. I feel like I've maybe heard you call it a rape before, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But also, I don't know what the difference between
rape now. The definition of rape is like digital. It's coercive. It's anything it's any sexual thing without consent. So I don't know. I don't know if I even want to define it. It was something that happened to me that made me uncomfortable, that I look back on, realized.
So is there a difference between calling a thing sexual assault when a person is physically holding you and making you do a sexual act that you don't want, and you call it sexual assault? Is that different from rape in any meaningful way?
Yeah, sexual assault's not necessarily.
I don't know.
Could it possibly not be rape if someone is holding you down and making you do a sexual act that you don't want, but you will call it a sexual assault? Is there any way that is not also rape? In my mind, that fits the definition of rape, unless we're saying that rape is only penetration.
I think rape has to be the penetrative.
I don't think that's
right?
technically
true. But then can lesbians rape each other? It's like a whole thing.
Wait, to be clear, when she said digital, she meant with your fingers.
Yes.
Digital penetration.
Yes.
Oh, so not just the licking thing. I'm lost. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like forcing someone to sit on you is also considered rape and stuff like.
I mean, I would definitely consider it rape.
I don't know how we're dividing.
If you're having a sexual interaction with someone and they grab your head and force your mouth into your...
That's always been the claim, that's always been Lav's claim, is that Gabriel Gundacker pushed her head down and made her eat his ass. That has always been what she said.
Into their asshole while they're saying, like, no, don't.
Do we have to like go over this like detail by
Yeah,
No,
let's
it was. It was. That is what she's always said. You're just wrong.
do fun.
I mean, listen, me and Lav have talked about this thing like a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, but publicly, when a bunch of people are going to shame me for this and just say like that I should have said no, or that make fun of me for eating someone's ass, it's like a whole different scenario.
Okay, well,
you know
what I'm sure we don't have to talk about. What I'm trying to clarify though is, so like we're trying to figure out, okay, does Lav lie? Does Lav not lie? So this is, I guess, where I'm confused.
Live, laugh, lie? Question mark. That's the title of the stream.
You've called that situation
it's
sexual
a funny
assault.
Trademark, though.
And then when asked about the situation and whether there's sexual assault, you've like kind of been like, no, of course not. It was just some crazy, silly, weird thing. I didn't call it rape. I would never call it.
Okay, well, find the clip then. Find the clip, because you are wrong. You are wrong, and everyone knows you're wrong. Because I've followed this since the very start. I know for a fact the claim that Lav has made about Gabriel Gundaker since the very start is that she was pushed, her head was pushed down, and she was forced to eat his ass. That's always been the claim from the very start. It was the first TikTok she made on it. That was what she said, and you're a fucking idiot.
Rape, right? So it's like, but then you also talk about how it was really horrible and called it sexual assault. And what I'm trying to say is, I don't know what.
I don't have 6 video anymore. That is literally the claim that is in 6 video. That is in 6 video.
Between sexual assault with someone doing all of those things that we just talked about, I don't know how that's not rape, and how you haven't called it rape, therefore. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Calling something rape. I have been literally raped, held down, and raped with a penis. And it was not even close to being the same thing. So
I understand.
It's hard for me to want to call something like that rape, especially because I don't know. I'm not deeply traumatized by even the rape that I experienced.
Yeah,
so it's just it's a strange conversation to have.
I get that.
Rape, the definition of rape changed pretty recently, I think in like the 2010s. So I don't even know what rape means or like what constitutes rape.
Okay.
All I will
it's
say
fine if you don't want to
situation-
call it rape anyway. It's
I
fine.
agree,
Like,
but that's not what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm trying to square away is that like when people who are trying to deny your allegations, right?
Yeah.
They will say, she is trying to say that this thing that happened was rape, and it was not rape. And then they try to go like, oh, and this is why it was not rape, and this is why it's not rape, right?
Yeah.
That's not what I'm trying to say. But when they do that, what you'll try to what you said the other day was, come on, that was not shit. That was not a fucking rape. I've never called it a rape, right?
Yeah, I don't think I would not call it a rape. But if there are people watching this that something like that has happened to them and they call it a rape, then who am I to say that it wasn't rape to them?
Yeah, I guess that's where it gets confusing, and it's hard to. I guess it's like it's.
I don't know.
All the time
I don't know if that's a lie though.
No, that's right. That's the point, right? Is it's kind of like Schrodinger's lie, because what you think is the truth or how you want to describe it changes conversation to conversation, and that would be fine. That would be fine on its own. I think the issue is that
my sexual assault.
You then use those underlying facts, which change depending on how you're feeling about it at the time, to justify other things. For example, why Kyla is so bad for associating with this person, and why you're justified in hating her now on the basis of her not only associating with this person, but also making fun of you when you bring it to her.
Well, no. So two things can be true. One, I could not have a crazy response to it myself, or like want like abject like pity on me, right? Like that's not the way that I experience it or how I want to experience that situation. But when someone who makes a whole video about me and how I'm a liar and how I'm a serial, I'm a serial alligator, and then acts out
serial essay alligator.
A situation that by all accounts could have been very traumatic to me. That's like a problem to me, because also that fucking sucked. Like I don't even if you got raped and you were like, oh fuck, that like sucked, but then you're like, I survived it, and then someone else is like making fun of it. That's
I'm not trying to delegitimize that, or even your feelings about Kyla associating with Abba. But I'm not trying to delegitimize. And
Kyla wants us to watch this, I guess.
And then pretty immediately it got pretty sexual.
What? She's never said it like this before, ever. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, or is this like a brand new thing that she's
The hobo chud look.
I was forcing her to send me explicit images and make sexual deals for stream time. I'm so sorry.
The agreement, I guess, is that I sent him photos and we're sort of.
Hey, don't care about this Destiny recap.
To, like,
No, I think whether or not someone is traumatized by something, you should always probably not be
Oh shit, did I have the
siding
volume
with
way
someone
down there?
who
My bad.
No, but
made fun of it.
the issue for me,
Retard.
again, is that I didn't side with Abba ever over what he said about your situation. You posted on an unrelated tweet about FD Signifier.
Yeah, we saw the
And
Hunter
I
stuff.
thought that what Abba did with FD Signifier, where
And
he
I
pretended
posted
like he donated
about
10,000.
my
Hold on, I'm not done.
situation
Hold
with
on, hold on.
Abba.
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I posted about that, and then
Oh my
you
God, Kyla.
posted about your situation, which was unrelated, just to try to bludgeon me for any level of relationship with ABBA, as though I was siding with ABBA about the SA allegations, even though the original tweet had nothing to do with any of that, and I've never agreed with him for that. You were trying to bludgeon me with that situation and use weird poetry, so rather than engaging with the situation, I tried to dismiss the conversation outright by just memeing at you.
You're calling it
I
poetry
wasn't
when I was
I don't know what
literally
you want
saying.
to call it.
I literally told you that it was fucked up that you were singing praises to someone who had made a video a week prior acting out my sexual assault, and then you commented on that. You replied to that, me talking about that Sigma.
Yes, absolutely. Because you did post it in Broetry, and I said, that's Sigma. That's all I said. I'm not mad. Again, I'll say this again. I'm not upset that you took it in the wrong way. I'm frustrated that you took it in the wrong way, treated it as the truth, and then told mutuals that I was in fact doing this behavior.
Dude, you can't talk to someone this way when they've been talking like that to your husband in the DMs. I'm sorry, but you just have not earned the right to act like this. It's just over for you.
That's the problem that I had. That sure, maybe it's not lying, I guess. We'll call it really slippery relationship with truth and trying to besmirch my character based on an extremely unfair interpretation of a situation.
I mean, you just call her delusional. If you really don't think that's reality, that's what that would be.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Like,
you think she's delusional.
Kyla, it's just so stupid for you to make this argument. It's like insane, but whatever. I still, if you're trying to, you know, go through my sordid history with lies, this doesn't hold up. Nothing that you've said is holding up.
What about when you lied explicitly and you said, what was it? You said that to Connor, to counterpoints, that there was like this weird dynamic where you needed to send Steven like nudes and pictures of yourself in exchange for coming on stream time, even though Steven had an explicit tweet later that he released saying, just so you know, our sexual dynamic has nothing to do with you coming on stream. You still, until he released that DM, were saying things like you had to exchange sexual dynamics and you felt some sort of way. And I don't care if you caveat with the word felt, it's a very serious implication that you're making about Steven, just like there's a very serious implication that you made about my character that is dishonest and wasn't happening. In fact, with Steven, you explicitly knew that it wasn't happening.
I think the video that has Lav's first mention of Gabriel Gondecker in your Discord. Okay, right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, fuck's sake. Let's see who's going to win today. Is it the Lav cells or the DGGs? Upper gut.
Song? Yeah, they all make songs. I don't really get it. He's got like 111,000 on here on Instagram and like 60K. He's almost 69K. Hey, poggers.
Brain thinking about.
I came across this TikTok here of this person. Well, we'll just listen to it.
Just racking my brain, thinking about the time I first moved to LA, and I ended up meeting a very popular Vine star.
Just subscribed.
Thank you so much for the sub. Sorry about that.
A very popular Vine star. His name rhymes with Gabriel Gondecker.
Isn't that his name, Gabriel Gondecker? Like what? Okay.
And during our first intimate experience, I'm
assuming that since they said first, there were multiple intimate experiences.
I'm performing my oral craft, and he keeps pushing my head further down and further down, towards the place of no return, towards the place where you empty.
Okay, I'm assuming she's talking about his butthole.
About 48 hours after you enter, if you know what if you can catch my drift.
Very quirky, yes. I think we catch your drift.
And I'm like, oh, in my head I'm like, oh, this is happening right now. Yeah, this is happening. This is, wow, he really wants me to do this. And audibly he says, yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's jump right in. Let's jump right in. And so...
What do you mean, out? This is literally what I said. What do you think is different to what I said here?
So, yeah, let me rephrase. Thinking about the time I, anally fellatiated, Gabriel Gundecker on our first date.
Yeah, so...
So what do you think? Please, see the goat. No, I did not. I said that he pushed her head down. Keeps pushing further and further. There's no way. Dude, I never said she wasn't blowing him. I know they were doing shit beforehand. It's about the act of pushing her head down towards his ass. Show me the clip. Show me the clip, see the goat. Show me what I said. Because I said that he pushed her head down and that the disagreement is about whether or not it's classified as SA. Whether or not the pressure involved, the slight coercion or persuasion that's involved in pushing someone's body around during sex, whether that could be classified as non-consensual. That's the argument. And people have different perspectives on whether that classifies as SA. Personally, I probably wouldn't. I think you should, you know, voice what you want and actually say, hey, I don't want to do that. But there is a disagreement about the classification of that action, not about the fact of the action. That is not what is under dispute here. I don't think I said that he definitely forced her to eat his ass. I don't think I said that. I never said it was definitively SA. I never said that. If he forced her, that's obviously sexual assault. There's no racial classification. I don't think anyone's going to sit there and say, if he forced her to eat his ass, physically forced her to eat his ass, that is not sexual assault. No one's going to claim that. I'm saying it's an issue of classification because it's not so clean cut. So yeah, you can say it's not sexual assault, but saying the action is not sexual assault is different to disputing the facts of the action, right? I'll run the wrong video. We'll go back to this anyway. You guys are just retarded if you think I'm wrong, so.
Nope. I have posted the proof of why I thought that, and it was literally me sending him a picture of my feet, and then him saying, right after, welcome to the Orbiters Club.
You didn't think that was real, though.
I got perms that day.
Yeah, but you did, no.
Oh, welcome President Sunday to the chat. How's it going, man? 60 more concurrent viewers after a month of streaming than Wick. You know, I don't like to suck my own dick, but it's going well. Okay. Thank you.
Man, there's no way you thought that was actually...
I never had to send them any feet.
This is...
Skimazed.
I understand what you're saying.
Me and Steven have talked about this. I understand now. Joke. I also had Max in my ear being like, no, this is real, this is real, this is real. obviously at that point, I mean, I see it.
I combined Twitch and YouTube for that number. Jesus Christ. You don't have to do them like that. What the fuck?
In a slightly different light now. I completely, first of all, I'm not going to self-abandon and say that I do not, like, at that point I did not think that that was real, because I absolutely did think that that was real. And I thought that our relationship was very...
Yeah, it was just Mr. Girl's fault, and you had context to understand. Even though Steven sent you a message explicitly saying that none of those things were happening, like, you know, it wasn't like, it was super understandable in context for why you were lying about that.
He sent
but
me
it's
that
never
message,
fair
and then
or
he
understandable
also...
in any other understanding situation.
He sent me that message, and then he also...
Problem.
He sent me that message, and then he also sent me "Welcome to the Orbiters Club" and gave me perms after I sent him a photo of my feet. So if you can believe the best of...
You can't tell me this is not freakish behavior from Destiny. Like, it's so fucking gross. Like, it's not necessarily like Weinstein shit like she said, but it's fucking so freakish. It's so rancid.
It's rather run-of-the-mill as well, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, the less about that, the better.
But that means that I can also believe the worst in him, and that's still not a fucking lie. So I don't know what you think. Yes, I actually thought that.
And went and used that as evidence for why he's a Harvey Weinstein and why he was like in this
No,
weird sexual dynamic and using
with...
his power and blah 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 blah. Like, the reality is, like, you just have like a really tangential
Lav's reasoning
relationship.
for the Harvey Weinstein thing was that she didn't know that he was also a rapist, but as tenuous as that is, that was her excuse.
Even if I knew, I made it clear when I first called him Harvey Weinstein in that stream. I only compared his relationship to people that he worked with and sleeping with them. That is the only thing I compared on that fucking stream. That bot is still
she
available.
meant the abuse of power, but she picked a very bad example.
Okay,
the bot is still available.
I guess I consider it a lie when you completely change the tune based on the information that the person you are talking about has on the situation. So if you're talking to a person who has no context and you act like I'm an SA denier with no level of punch pulling,
Holy shit.
and then the moment that you talk to somebody that has more context, or somebody talking about how you're making false allegations, suddenly it's not an SA and all these sort of things, that makes me feel like you're deceitful
Fuck me,
in nature
Erudite
because
is
you change.
insufferable, man. It's like
It's just crazy how badly she's been trounced.
She's reading from a manual.
Yeah.
Like, every time she's just.
It's just like you can't take the condescending attitude when you've been trounced by Lav for the last like 2 hours, and she's just made you look like a complete fucking idiot. Made you look inadequate as like a wife by fucking literally like cocking you live in front of an audience, reading out DMs of your husband talking about how you feel inadequate as a woman and all this shit in comparison to you. Like, bro, you just can't act like this.
You think the only way you can get an optics win is by turning it into kind of like a war of attrition and just like dragging her and dragging her and dragging her. It's just like nobody wants to hear you speak. Stop.
It's just crazy. It's so crazy.
Change the tune about whether or not something is serious or not based on the context of who you're talking to, and that feels really deceitful. It feels weaponized. It feels like you'll leverage situations to your benefit based on who you're talking to if you know that they don't have context, and I don't like
that. Okay, so because you feel it differently, you think that I'm lying, and you think that when I say that I feel something when I really believe it to be true, because you don't think it is true, you think that I'm lying, and you think that that makes me a liar.
I don't think that you believe it to be
deceitful.
true, because if you swap words about whether it was an essay,
well,
whether it's serious, whether it's not, but then you allocate against me that I wasn't,
and in fact,
then you allocate against me about being an essay denier. But then when you talk to other people about the situation, you don't even know if it was really an essay. It feels fucking weaselly and manipulative. So I'm using the word lying, but we can use other words for it if you prefer. I don't.
So guys, please like, sub, don't know if you can. Thank you very much.
Really care. It's the behavior itself that I have an issue with it.
It definitely was sexual assault.
Then why, like yesterday when you were talking to Gistic or whatever, you said that it literally wasn't.
Well, she said it literally wasn't rape. She said it literally what she said it.
Yeah, I didn't say
she said it wasn't rape, and she laughed at the idea that it was rape.
Was I?
Yeah, because you think that essay is not serious and rape is serious. I guess. I don't know.
No, it's just different tiers, Kyla. Thank you for being so disingenuous and making that.
Okay, this.
Yeah, everyone says it's like one of those funny like Quarantos XD memes, you know, but it's where everyone says the name wrong intentionally.
This is bad faith, right? Here's the issue, dude. Okay, here's the issue. It's like, if depending on who you're talking to about the Gundacker situation, it's like, come on, I would never call it this. This was just a weird situation. But then in another conversation with another person, when you're able to use it as
sexual assault. I always called it sexual assault.
I
Yesterday you called it a weird situation.
Yes, but sometimes that is just how you say sexual assault. If you are in a room of men who, what do you mean? First of all, it is
why. Then why, when you feel
Wait,
like
what?
I'm denying it,
Oh,
you're
fucking
suddenly
lost.
saying that I'm an
Kyla,
SA denier. But when it's a room of men, now it's just a weird
I need you.
situation.
No. It's still sexual assault, but you absolutely code switch around people.
I agree.
If you
I
are
agree.
in a room,
I'm not arguing about your experience.
You know,
I'm
for
annoyed
example,
at the way that you weaponize it.
Kyla, shut the fuck up. Okay. For an example, the last time I went on Tom Foolery's channel and Catnip came in, and Catnip was using very explicit language about like suicide and all these things, and I was like, oh, this makes me feel uncomfortable. I was in a new space with a bunch of people. It's obviously sexual assault. I still think it's sexual assault, but I'm gonna say that was a weird situation because I feel so embarrassed and uncomfortable making other people in the room.
Clip in a Discord somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what if you're on Discord or what.
Room uncomfortable about it, right?
It doesn't change my YouTube chat. Just filters links. So
inner thoughts or feelings about it whatsoever.
It's not about the code switching. It is about the.
I started with Lav on this one. On what one? On which claim? Lav was raped Erudite this whole time. 100%. Dude, Lav was actually reading out DMs of Nick saying, "Oh, Erudite just feels like you've got more femininity than her. That you've got a feminine element that she'll never have." Like all this shit. Like it's fucking insane.
Changing of the severity that sometimes you laugh it off and you explicitly say it's no big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Sunday. You obviously you've missed quite a lot of this, but this has been just an insane stream. It like her husband. Yes, Nick said this to Lav. Nick said to Lav, "Oh, Erudite just You've got a feminine energy that she'll never have," and yeah, talking about Erudite's insecurities while flirting with Lav.
No, you've activated him.
But when you weaponize it against me,
when you weaponize
it against me to your friends, you make it seem like a really serious situation. That's fucking dishonest. It's absolutely dishonest. In fact, like it's
yeah, Nick's a total piece of shit. Nick's a total piece of shit. No one fucking likes Nick here, I don't think. I don't think anyone likes Nick, period, actually. Nick's a fucking embarrassing retard. You need the Discord? I'm linking the Discord. We'll see what I said. You got this clip.
So insanely bad that you apparently can't even associate with people who don't believe you about it. But then when you talk to other people, you laugh and say it's just a situation. But then when you hear me make a joke about Sigma, I'm an SA denier, and you're going around and telling our mutuals about it. There's no world that these severities are the same.
I can joke about.
No one is saying that. No one is saying that. It is not about joking about your circumstances. It's not even about what you feel your circumstance is. It's about changing how you weaponize your circumstances to whatever.
That's not weaponizing, Kyla. You are terminally autistic if you think that this is what's happening. I can joke about my rape.
Are calling me an SA denier? You are weaponizing it. If you're calling me an SA denier,
oh my god,
because I said
Link doesn't show. I'll highlight it.
You are weaponizing it, particularly in a situation that later you go on to say is no big deal. You laugh about it and you roll your eyes at it, but then also say it's insane that I would even associate with ABBA. How the fuck are you going to say that you can laugh it off and code switch with Jay, apparently, but I can't even talk to ABBA about FD signifier without being a fucking horrible person?
You are being
that is what I'm talking about.
This is cool. What did Lav even say yesterday?
You are comparing.
Shut me up. You are comparing.
Excuse me.
We did talk about it. We did talk about it. You are. Or wait.
But what did you
No,
say?
we did talk about it.
I
You were
don't know, what was
comparing. You were
said?
comparing you talking, not replying.
Wait, what's this, Tom? I won't put it up on stream actually if it's bad. What has Tom put in a thumbnail? What a insane thing to. Why would you do that? What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. I honestly kind of hope that he gets banned for that. Because that's just so retarded to do. It's such a obvious, like, I'm pretty sure you can't put like gore or anything in thumbnails. Because they get pushed to a wider audience. Especially not with that adult restriction on it, applied on it. It's like such a retarded fucking thing to do. It's fine. I don't know, man. I would never personally risk that. I've literally never seen a thumbnail with blood in it. Period. Has anyone ever seen a thumbnail with blood in it? Like actual blood? Wounds? I've been using YouTube since I was, I don't know, 10 years old.
There's quite a lot of
yeah, but not in thumbnails.
Over exaggerated, like kind of blood and gore on a lot of. It's done after the fact. It's like after effects, like actual processing has been done on. It's not the original image, so there's some weird line between fantasy and reality. Yeah, any those kind of videos, you nearly always blurred. Like it's just standard policy.
I've never seen a news video with blood in it, even when there's combat footage or something in the video. Oh, okay. Somebody's got one. There's an A&E video. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But I know I'm going to be right on this See the Goat shit. Because I've already seen the title of the clip, so I know that it's a fucking retarded. He's trying to take his interpretation of the words I'm saying.
Oh, so not just the licking thing. I'm lost. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like forcing someone to sit on you is also considered rape and stuff like.
I mean, I would definitely consider it rape.
I don't know how we're divided.
If you're having a sexual interaction with someone and they grab your head and force your mouth into your,
that's always been the claim. See the Goat. That's always been Lav's claim, is that Gabriel Gundecker pushed her head down and made her eat his ass. That has always been what she said. Okay. So people were complaining at me for saying pushing her head or something earlier when I said push it down. I literally said the same thing. I don't like. Yeah, that is what her claim was. Yes, she is saying the level of pressure that was applied. The level of pressure that was applied meant that the act was unconsensual, as in he made her do something. That is what her initial claim was. I don't understand how you can interpret that as me saying it was definitively rape. Or definitively SA. So I'm kind of interested on this thumbnail thing now. I might message DK, see what he thinks.
not without talking about FD signifier, that you replying to my tweet,
I mean, I don't know if Boots is still here.
And telling you why I was upset. My tweet about him mocking my sexual assault. You replied to my tweet about it. You were talking to me. You were comparing that to me talking about my own situation in a group full of people where I can make light of it. So I don't know what the fuck you're saying, Kyla. The fact that you even think that you can compare these two things. Yes,
Okay,
you are not supposed to make light of your sexual assault.
Do me a favor. Try to summarize what you think I'm saying, because maybe it's super possible. It's super possible that I'm not explaining it well. What do you think I'm saying?
Oh my god, I don't even know. Give it to me again. Give it to me again.
Okay.
Can I just go really quickly? She's saying that you basically, she's upset because you're not remaining consistent in how you basically judge how people talk about your sexual assault. That's what she's upset about.
But I want to know what Lav said. So, like, was Lav just making a joke yesterday? Like, what did she say?
Okay, hold on. I can give Kelly exactly what it was. So you guys were talking about sexual assault.
Post TOS. Don't post a thumbnail or other image on YouTube if it shows pornographic imagery, sexual acts, nudity, imagery that depicts unwanted sexualization, violent imagery that intends to shock or disgust, or graphic or disturbing imagery with blood or gore. So yeah, it says do not post images with blood or gore. Thumbnails. That is explicitly in the TOS. I'll pull it up on stream now. What this policy means for you: don't post a thumbnail or other image on YouTube if it shows graphic or disturbing imagery with blood or gore. Yeah, technically no, probably not. Might be able to get away with it. I imagine his channel flies on the radar. It's setting against the rules. That's from DK. I'm assuming. just such a retarded thing to do. Such a retarded thing to do, because such a blatant, obvious thing that doesn't get much reward. It just has insane risk. Let's go back to this.
Assault, yada body blur. I don't know if it's yesterday at some point. And then somebody in the chat asked,
what happened is Tom Foolery has posted a thumbnail for his stream tonight that shows Hunter Avalone's new girlfriend's leg that had been like shot or something, bleeding, and we're debating whether it's against the YouTube TOS, and it is. So the debate's over. Oh, gross! Is DGG the reason so many people are in here? Yeah, I think some of them. Yeah.
Asked about the situation that was the rape, that where Lav was talking about her.
Really quick, somebody in chat just said, chat, you guys forgot that Lav is a perpetual victim. So this is being propelled at me constantly. So when I come into a new room and I have to pretend like I am as strong as possible and nothing affects me and nothing has traumatized me, then I have to be like, it was a weird situation, or else I get shit like that. Okay, so there's that in a new clean slate situation where I had never talked to Just Lick before. It was very amicable. It was very normal. It was very friendly. With you, we had already had beef. And then you said that to me after I told you about how I felt about it. So for you to conflate these two things is so fucking crazy to me, Kyla.
Okay, so Kelly, the situation was, fuck, where did I leave off? Okay, a chatter mentioned...
What she said yesterday.
Yeah, so a chatter was like, is this rape situation that Lav was talking about her Substack post about? The chatter said, is this the salad tossing situation, whatever? And then Lav goes, no, not that situation. I would never call that a rape. That was just like a weird sexual interaction I have that I joke about sometimes because I think it's funny. Okay. That's the context of that piece, right? And
minus so 153 from yesterday's stream.
Yeah, sure. I do remember that. I thought you were saying we actually talked about it. It was like a
no.
passing comment.
It was that situation. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So
that was the situation. That was the situation that I'm referring to as far as like being blasé about it, which you're allowed to be blasé about your personal experiences. That's not the point that I'm bringing up. Go ahead, Nick.
Don't know your point then.
So the point is that like you'll often talk about certain situations that have happened to you, and in one conversation it'll be super chill, it was no big deal. even in conversations where you're only sort of like intellectually talking about the thing, like you're reciting the facts of an encounter, and then in a different interaction with different context with different people, you'll act like it was extremely horrible. It was really, really bad in this case. Just in this case specifically, it was in fact so bad that it is disgusting that like a mental health professional would even associate with someone who talked negatively about that situation, right? These are two like worlds apart in terms of severity.
Well, it's different relationships.
Yeah, but so if you change the facts of a circumstance that you
there's no
recite
facts. There were
based
no
on
facts
the
that were
relation,
changing.
yeah, the fact is the severity of the interaction in question, right? So if you change the severity of that interaction,
so you can't. So let me again.
You gotta let him finish. You gotta let him finish.
No, it's
I
okay.
know what
She
he's
can go.
saying. I know what he's saying. So when I am in a situation where I'm already at odds with men on the panel who I don't want to get into talking about how traumatic it was, if one of them would have
hold it down, force her to eat his ass. Yeah. Dude, listen. I don't know if you're being intentionally bad faith or if like this is just a misinterpretation. But obviously, yes, her claim is that there was a level of pressure and force applied to where the act was unconsensual. I don't know how else to explain this to you. And the disagreement is over whether the action she described can be considered sexual assault, whereas ABBA was claiming that those actions could not have happened. And so when Erudite backs up ABBA, Lav is saying she is backing up someone who is denying her sexual assault.
made fun of me or made fun of the situation in general, I would have been like, oh, that's really fucking weird and gross that you're doing that. No, you don't get to do that.
I get it. You're saying that you're code switching when you're around men because you're already in a hostile situation and you don't want to like make more weird stuff, particularly when it comes to things like SA, which you're already probably like worried about them being biased against being dismissive. I understand what you're saying about why you're being dismissive with men. I don't have a problem with you being dismissive with men. And if that's how you feel why you have to be dismissive, that mostly just makes me sad if you genuinely feel like the situation is serious. My problem exclusively.
I don't even know how I fucking feel about it, but you.
That's fine. Hold on. I'm not done.
I know how I feel about you.
No, I'm not done.
Potentially siding with someone.
Please.
Okay.
You haven't even let me, you haven't even been able to summarize my position. My issue is you not even knowing how you feel about it. And then in an unrelated situation that has nothing to do with your essay at all, you are mad because I say that ABBA's being funny about FD signifier and you bring up your SA. My response was to dismiss the conversation outright, not to dismiss your essay at all. I understand that you didn't see that joke, but it was both inappropriate.
It's a really funny joke.
It was inappropriate for you to bring up. It was a fucking hilarious joke if you understood what it was about your broetry. It was hilarious. But
yeah, my broetry in relation to me being upset.
It is inappropriate for you to weaponize your experience in an unrelated situation just to make me feel guilty about association while simultaneously talking to other people and dismissing it because it tells me no idea about how to engage about this situation at all. And it is absolutely 100% weaponizing your experience against me just to try to get dunks on me morally, which is
so gross. I know how so I don't know how I feel about the sexual assault in general. I know how I feel about people making fun of it or mocking it. So I don't have to know about how I feel about the sexual assault for me to feel deeply uncomfortable and upset with you for mocking it or dismissing it.
I didn't mock it. I didn't mock it or dismiss you. You misunderstood. And I've never sided with ABBA for mocking you over the joke. I've explicitly
You dismissing the comment of me being very soy, telling you how I felt about it.
Last loop, because I'm actually paying attention now. Why, the reason that Lav is mad is because she perceived that you were dismissing her anger at you associating with ABBA over the sexual assault stuff. She apparently wrote a poem. I didn't read the poem, okay?
It was not a poem.
It's flowery prose.
It was flowery prose. It was flowery prose.
Sure.
I just write like that. It was like emotional. It was emotional. It was emotional.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. So you dismissed this. You made a joke. You dismissed this. She interpreted that a certain way. Yeah.
Yes.
I understand. I don't. Why is this like being morally loaded in a way that like she's somehow doing this for evil reasons?
I didn't say she's.
Oh,
No, you're saying that I'm
It's
a
very
liar.
simple. It's very simple. It's very simple.
liar.
No, please. It's very simple.
It just sounds
for
like
everyone.
a misunderstanding. Everybody
I'm not morally loading
this
looks like she's eviling. I'm not freaking out about this. We're looping on this.
Yes, you
because
did. You yelled at me.
But I think like Lav's actually freaking out about it too. Everybody's making a huge deal out of it. This just doesn't really
We're
seem
making
like
a huge
thing.
deal because this is part of the evidence to how she is dishonest and plays very soft and light-handed with the truth. That she's
Sure, I
disingenuous.
would imagine that one of
because
the places women are allowed to be dishonest is with regards to like their feelings around their sexual assault and how people judge it.
It's
I would
not
assume
about her
it's like a very
feelings about the
emotional
sexual
place.
assault. It's not about her feelings about the sexual assault. It's about her
okay.
weaponizing.
It's about how I reacted
Hold
to
on.
you
I
potentially
got it.
dismissing it.
No, it's about you telling other people explicitly that I
You're
was
autistic. You're autistic.
denying your
You're
essay.
autistic.
And I think that's totally fair that you could be upset that she's going around and telling people this without
That's
talking
it.
to you. That's totally
Yeah,
fair.
that's it. That's literally it. That's why I said that she's being.
J-Stalk is a little bit homosexual, but the more soy thing to do here would be to shield DGG and side with Erudite. Helping Lav give some more reasonable pushback from someone they might listen to is better for the content.
It doesn't make me a liar. Oh my god.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can't just
I
call
don't
something
think-
dishonest.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's lying. I think it's an
okay,
emotional thing.
sorry.
But
What do you want to call
You
when
can be
you're super
upset. It's not
disingenuous?
dishonest.
You frame a situation however meets your goals, and you
Sorry.
weaponize it
Oh,
against
fuck.
people, and then you
What
say
are
that
you
it's trash to
talking
other
about,
people
Carla?
to just smirch people's characters. What do we want to call that? Because if we don't want to call it lying, that's fine. But at least let's call it like emotionally manipulative, maybe.
Can we play the
No.
game again and have Lav explain why?
Oh, I just
see if
find
she
it
understands-
hilarious that I was
Oh.
doing some shit to fix stuff for my stream, and we haven't moved past the point where I can now make the Cherry and Lav switching joke again. We're apparently in the exact same place, where we're arguing about an intent and how intent's required for lying, or whether it's not.
It's
Are we
you're
really not
upset.
moving forward at all?
If you think
You're
that this
upset about
conversation is
how
about intent, then you're not following the conversation, which is fine. You've been distracted with other stuff, but that's exclusively not what's going on. So can
okay,
anyone
you're
please
saying
try to
she's lying,
summarize
and
my
she's
position?
saying-
You need intent for lie,
She's
right?
saying she doesn't
You have
feel
to
like she's
prove,
lying
like,
because she believed that
malevolence or some shit.
you were dismissing the thing. So you
It's
are
not, and
arguing
I'm
about
not
intent.
Hold on.
If she believed,
My
this,
question is,
it's
do you
about
think it's
intent.
reasonable
That's
to
why I
then
said
go
she's
to other
deluded.
people and tell people that not just that
No,
she
I think
feels
it's
like?
unreasonable.
Do you think that it's
I
honest
don't think
to
it's
tell
a
people?
lie. I think it's unreasonable.
Do you think it's honest to tell people not that she feels I'm denying her essay, but that I am denying her essay? Do you think that that's honest? What is that?
I don't believe that when you put feel in front of something, it makes it somehow less real or less like I think.
Okay, I
they're
don't
the
know what
same
to
thing.
tell you. Most people, when they read "I feel,"
Yeah,
some sort of
most
way,
people
much as
lie
this
by
did
saying I
happen-
feel.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Most people, when they say something, for example, when I'm wanting to be cautious about how people take my words, I would say something like,
I honestly, I have no idea how people watch notsoErudite. She's got the most insufferable personality I think I've ever seen online. She's so painful to listen to, so condescending, acts like such a cunt. It's so insane.
I feel like this might be going on. I'll put the feel word in there to soften the blow and make it clear that it's just my feelings. If I
Sure.
say something like, this
why I
did
never-
Lav is not
happen,
worse. Lav is not worse. Lav has her moments of being funny. She gets good jabs in. She's a bit quicker on her feet. You know, she's better at making content. Lav is 100% way easier to watch than notsoErudite.
You
people
just
are
say
going to assume that that
Can I
did
just
happen.
ask? Has
right?
Lav
If it's
been
less
criticized
explicit.
for putting I feel in front of something and using it to lie in this exact
More charisma
conversation?
in her pinky than notsoErudite
I'm
has in
criticizing
her
her.
entire
Told her to say
body, as she said last night. And something that Lav literally said to Erudite. Fucking insane.
You can't just say I feel and then say some bullshit because that doesn't make it okay.
I'm
'Cause that's what I'm
criticizing
talking
her
about.
for our tenuous relationship with honesty, and it's a problem. And I don't.
Is
like
it so? If you were in like
What about
elementary,
your
right?
tenuous relationship with honesty? You literally
I
told
decided-
Steven that there was a written contract.
So would it be a lie? Like I'm gonna just create a hypothetical. Right?
That is a straight up lie. You have never ever caught me in any lie like that, Kyla. Ever.
If you're in like elementary school and somebody pushed you and you were like playing or whatever, right? And you were like didn't like that person, and then you started crying, and then you went to a teacher and you were like, oh, so and so like beat me up, or so and so pushed me and hurt me or whatever.
You mean
But
it's an
you weren't actually
exaggeration.
like You weren't even particularly hurt. It was no big deal, but you leveraged that situation wherein you had plausible deniability so as to get the other person in trouble. What I'm trying to figure out is who would we define that as a lie or no?
No, if that's not like how it is. If you got punched,
no.
If you got punched and someone didn't mean to punch you and meant to punch the person behind you, but still punched you, and then you went to someone and you said, "Oh, this person
to draw one-to-one
punched me out of nowhere. This person punched me out of nowhere." It would still be true, but that wasn't the intention.
Sure. Okay. So they punched you by accident, and then it didn't hurt real bad. And then you went to the teacher. No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding where the analogy is in the
No, you are not understanding it.
Oh my God. Okay, let me just get this straight. So would that be lying when the person punches you by accident and it hurt a little bit, but then you go to the teacher and you say it hurt a lot of it, and you get
no, because I wasn't lying about how I felt about it.
No, that's not how I'm analogizing the situation. I understand that you don't understand what I'm saying.
Jesus, Nick is so fucking retarded. It's insane, dude.
But I'm trying to figure out how
I felt about it. That's not the analogy.
No, so the purpose of the analogy, the purpose of the analogy is to elucidate whether or not it's a lie to leverage a situation in one circumstance to get another person in trouble when in fact the circumstance is not as severe. Like when you're changing the severity. I know.
I didn't change the severity.
I know.
Holy shit!
You're changing the severity. I didn't change the severity. I know, dude. Just shut the fuck up already, you absolute downy prick.
When did I change the severity? You're making the wrong analogy.
I'm literally not making the
You're making the analogy.
The reason
what are the
it's
good lies?
You're making the analogy based on that I didn't actually feel that way, and that I teed it up so that she could get in more trouble for what she said to me.
So the teed up part,
the analogy.
The teed up part is how big of a deal the essay was, not how bad you felt about Kyla saying
Yes, exactly. Which is why the being punched, but they were actually punching the person behind you, but you still got punched, is not a lie at all because you still got fucking punched.
I already gave an analogy where you get punched, but it was by accident. God. So okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, so would that be a lie, guys? When somebody punches you by accident, maybe they just swung their fist around and they bopped you on the chin, and it didn't hurt really bad, but then you go to the teacher and you make a really big deal out of it, even though you're not hurt particularly badly. Would that be a lie or no?
Oh my God!
But you're telling us that you know for sure that Lav was not hurt by things, and I don't know what Lav feels.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not about whether or not she was hurt by what Kyla said. It's whether or not the essay was a really big deal. Because sometimes she says the essay was not a big deal.
In that comment, when I told Kyla what she was doing, when I said I don't appreciate that you're doing this, I didn't say, and this is a very huge deal to me, and this is. I just said,
why did you go and tell other people?
Well, you were clearly acting in that situation as though the essay was huge.
First of all,
I
just
I just don't think Kyla was saying that the degree to which the essay mattered was the big deal. I thought it was more her Lav telling these other people.
The shit about Abba or whatever.
It's exclusively about you telling other people that this was factually the case, that I denied your essay when you just misunderstood the joke and you were just feeling some way. You're allowed to feel some sort of way. You're not allowed to go around and factually tell people. When you factually tell people things, you might not be meaning to, but it isn't honest. If you don't want to call that lying, sure. It's not honest, though. It's a problem for me. So that's
I think that's just being wrong.
Dishonest.
I mean, and being wrong can still be very bad, right? Because if it negatively affects you, that's still bad.
This is our last loop on this, by the way.
Okay, anyone with a level of wisdom, I, for example, don't like Lav. She said lots of meanie bobini things. I've never described any.
Holy shit! You said that in Destiny's voice. That was scary.
I've never described any of these things.
Actual Skinwalker.
As she is factually doing things. As she is factually doing things. It is extremely disingenuous to say that because you feel some way, this is literally happening, especially when you're making such a serious allegation against somebody, such as denying your SA. You should be a little bit more cautious and a little bit more fucking honest. That's what you should do, especially in the context where she's replying to a tweet thread not at all about her essay. Even though she brought it up, it's reasonable to conclude that I wasn't talking about her essay, right?
I think I understand what you're
I
saying.
just don't know how we're
If you have to make your point this convoluted, you're fucking losing.
supposed to know if she was lying or if she was just
Yeah,
wrong and
I think-
being
I think
confused.
we're just
like,
getting-
I
we're
don't know
getting
how
hung up-
we're supposed
we're
to
getting
know.
hung up on
I mean,
whether
it's
it's a
fair enough
lie or
for you
not.
to assume
The
that
argument
she's
should
lying,
be about the
but, like,
harm that she's
I don't
doing
know.
to you with the possibility that she's just like wrong about what your intent was or what you were doing.
It's her lack. Sure, maybe it's about her
Yes.
lack of
It's
responsibility.
about her lack
a really
of concern for the
big
damage
problem.
it could do to you. But that's not lying. That's why.
Am I supposed to
Okay,
care about the damage that
now-
it does
now
to
we're
you when
getting-
I feel that you actually did it?
This is
Yes.
Am I
actually
supposed
the
to
same
care?
situation
Holy
that
fuck,
our
holy
relevant
fuck, you
and Catnip
fucking
were in.
moron. Yes, you should. Absolutely. When you said that Steven was Harvey Weinstein,
This is why
you
victims
should've
don't come
shut
forward
your fucking
about
gob. You
sexual.
should have shut.
Yeah,
No, this is insane.
This is literally
so
the same
dismissive.
logic. This is the
God,
same
shut
logic
the
of why
fuck up.
victims
To
do
be
not
fair,
come
if you're
forward.
gonna make big
Literally
allegations
stop.
against
Worried
people, you should
because
probably
they're
be
worried
Literally
about
stop.
how it
They're
affects the
right.
person that they're
gaslighting
alleging.
right now. This is
Uh,
fucking insane. This is
You
not
guys-
at all true.
gaslighting.
In every
I
single
should
way,
have some
you should be
notes.
cautious when
Kyla,
you make
you are
severe claims
having
against
a
another
fucking
individual.
breakdown.
Obviously. I'm not having
Yeah, I
a
mean,
breakdown.
Lav, you
I'm
could
allowed to
just
be
ask Nick
angry
or
at you.
something, right?
First of
To
all, I
check that it
didn't
was that.
make any
I don't know.
severe. I didn't make
Fuck me, I
any
guess.
severe claims, and I didn't
Harvey
go to anyone.
Weinstein is pretty fucking severe. SA denial is pretty fucking severe. Just saying. Both of these things, kind of a big deal. Implying that somebody is only letting you on stream in exchange for sexual services, kind of extreme.
This
kind of a problem.
conversation has taken
Implying
so much
somebody's
from
having
me.
sex with a
It's
minor.
taken so much from me.
Kind
I
of
it's really
really,
hard. It's
I just
really,
wanted to
I
know what
really-
genre of woman I
really-
am, and I still haven't found out.
I
You're the
really.
British Tyne, okay, Kelly?
Actually, when we went into
Damn.
this conversation, I really did think that you were smart. Now I think you're retarded, and I feel even worse for Nick that he has to be
Nah,
with you.
I
I feel
can-
even worse about
Jesus.
that.
I can explain this
Um,
another time when we haven't been looping on it for like 4 hours. I understand what the miscommunication is now, and it's you guys aren't going to be able to convince each other of it. So
I just don't
we
even.
can
I
just move
just
on to
don't
another
even care
topic,
about this.
or we can end the stream. I don't care which.
Yeah,
I've been streaming for like 10 hours.
The last
This is-
thing,
this
the
is
last
where
thing
we're
I'll
gonna
say, because I'm so exhausted after this. I've
Just got here, Lav's a retard, just saying. Sadly, she has the benefit of being slightly less retarded than notsoErudite, so she absolutely raped last night.
I'm so tired. I just got to get the last word in. Go, Queen. Say
I'm
it. Put your piece
so
out.
I'm so. You know what? I actually feel really good right now, and let me tell you why. I know that I am so much better and smarter than you, Kyla. And
Hey.
after this conversation, it's really, I mean, if I was just a little bit insecure of your intellectual prowess next to me before this conversation, it has been it has been decimated. And I feel strong in the fact that I am better than you in every way, and that I will eventually fuck your husband.
Sigma.
Yeah. So
Lav won. Lav
I
won.
actually I
won.
understand what you're saying. I'm sorry I had to
Lav
check out in the
posting.
middle of that. I had to fix some
That's okay.
kind of
You're
big
good.
situation with my.
It wasn't
stream.
your situation. I didn't expect you to.
No. I
sit
had
there
like
and
something that was
moan.
fairly serious happening in the background. But
Oh.
so what was happening is this is what happened with Our Relevant and Catnip, right? Catnip was convinced that Our Relevant said some crazy sexist shit to her about maybe deserving to get assaulted or something. And she believed that wholeheartedly, right? She believed that wholeheartedly. And the argument I was trying to make to her was, hey, like, I understand you believe this wholeheartedly, but there are other examples of you believing things wholeheartedly and not necessarily being like 100% true or 100% correct. So you should, maybe even if you don't believe that you have like any uncertainty, maybe you should model in some uncertainty, like into major accusations like this because of the harm they could do.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely have criticism for that, right? You shouldn't be going around shouting
That
things if you're not
basically,
sure,
like, because of the
100%
seriousness
sure.
of the
You should
allegation,
check, right?
you should model
Yeah,
in
you
some
can criticize
uncertainty
that for
and
sure.
yes, like go back and now it's really tough because I think Catnip has BPD, so I think she literally can't see that it's like possible, right? I think Lav's a little bit different in that there's probably some argument, I would agree with you, that she could be quite well aware of what she's doing, but I like it seems pointless to me to argue if she's gonna say she's not or that she didn't see it that way. Because you're just
I'm not-
I will
right?
never shut up, you little bitch.
I'm not. So I'm
Kelly.
trying to elucidate the fact that Lav is a deceitful person. That's what I've called lying. So like, fair
So
enough.
desperate.
Maybe lying isn't the right word. I just don't know what I would call you're being.
Isn't Lav
deceitful
bad,
all the
guys?
time.
Isn't
I
Lav
guess
bad?
I've had this
I
exact
would-
conversation with her that I
Okay,
feel like
but
sometimes
common
she can
parlance, I would just call that
stretch.
lying, right? right? Like I don't think
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think it's a
think
pretty
anyone- Yelling
autistic
matches when you call it
differentiation.
lying.
I think
The
it's-
idea that someone
there's-
who is chronically deceitful is not a liar is pretty
Yeah,
retarded
exactly.
and
Like,
disconnected.
it feels like we're like
Oh, now
quibbling
Nick
over like
pipes
a
up.
distinction without a difference here. Like if we're like,
Maybe
yeah,
that
she
just
is pretty
wasn't like
deceitful,
the best
but she's
example, probably because it went on. Like,
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it just
gave
wasn't the only
multiple.
example.
Here's the thing. We
yeah,
looped
I
on
mean,
that
The one that she
example.
fought
obviously
over.
others,
Just to be
yeah.
clear, I gave
Oh no, Kelly's turning.
multiple examples. Nobody in this space questions whether or not Lav is a liar. Nobody questions it.
Yeah,
at
but
all.
that's because they
Just believe
wouldn't,
it, guys.
would they?
Why
That
don't you just
doesn't really
believe me?
prove
I'm not
That's
just
sort of
talking about
my
hate.
point, though, is that
Lab-
like
I'm not talking about
we're doing a lot of
lab
work
hate
with
boners.
reputation, right?
No, I'm doing a lot of work with receipts. I sent you multiple
Sure.
receipts of her explicitly lying. There's
Bro,
no
she's so
shot
desperate.
that she signed an
Where are my
NDA
receipts?
in relation to the
These
Hassan
multiple
situation.
receipts of her
Receipts, you
stretching-
stupid bitch! There are no. You posted no
Okay,
receipts.
you're Darius
She
posting.
posted
You're
some
Darius
receipts.
posting.
None.
You're Darius
Darius
posting.
posted.
live
You
streaming.
posted none.
You can't scroll
You
through
posted
it.
no receipts.
Jesus
You
said-
Christ,
dumb.
Lav won. Lav won. Lav won. She's so based.
All the
whore.
receipts
Sent
today.
some to
dumb,
me.
stupid
I sent
whore.
today
Good
receipts.
job.
And I
I
sent some of
today
them
Oh,
to Lab so she can
fucking
look at them.
god.
Oh,
There's no
so
receipts.
So you receive some of the receipts.
That's not receipts. Explain how any of that is a fucking receipt, Kyla.
Uh-oh. Well, when you're in, when you're
the
in a
receipts
chat
were
saying
mostly
that
about the
Listen,
Hassan,
let me
NDA
just
and the
let me
Hassan
be
thing,
really
which
clear.
I
Let me be really
feel like
clear.
I
You
stand
have
here.
proven nothing. You have proven
second
nothing about me
receipt-
to lie
second
about me.
receipt-
What I have done. Shut
the
the
second
fuck up, you
receipt
stupid
is you
bitch.
talking to
What I
Connor
have to
about
know.
how
Shut up,
you
shut up,
were
shut up,
required
shut up,
to
shut up,
send
shut up, shut up.
sexual images
Kill
to
yourself,
Steven to
kill
get on
yourself, kill
stream.
yourself, kill yourself. What I have done in this conversation
Love
is
is truly,
blatantly
one of us,
proved.
guys.
I have blatantly proved that you lied to Steven or that Steven has lied. I
You
have
haven't blatantly
proved it.
proved that at all. You have
Yes, I
literally
have.
not. No, you haven't. But if you say it
What
enough,
do you mean?
I'm sure you'll believe it.
Kyla, I have proved that you literally lied during this conversation. You have never proved that about me, ever. It's just speculation. You're like, feels bad. I don't agree with the way that she feels, so I'm going to call it lying. And then you, again, like Kelly said, you have to do the work against my reputation that was started by people who had a vested interest in calling me a fucking liar. Great for you. Great for you,
No, this
Kyla.
isn't gonna end well for
Yep.
me.
This,
That's all that
if you
happened.
keep
True.
lying,
Why do
if
I
you
say
keep lying
anything?
like you have in this conversation, you will have the same reputation and worse because people
Truly, I
can
am
prove
the
your
dumb
lies.
bitch.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see.
I guess we will.
Let's see what the planet has to say about that. We'll see what Earth has to say.
But yeah, you're just God, I really hate you so much, Kyla. I really.
We know. We know.
You
we
really-
know.
You
We've
have no
all
idea
known
how
it.
Destiny streams like 12 hours. This
You
is
are
absolutely
such-
I
fucking
get so much
exhausted.
energy. I just feed
You
off
are-
the hate in the room. Feels good, man.
It makes it.
Everyone knows.
You make me
Bro,
sad.
you already
Your
had
whole
your
life makes
dramatic
me sad.
exit. You're ruining your
Your whole life
dramatic
makes me
exit.
sad. No.
Okay, yeah, I
I'm
will- I will-
Epic before. I'm gonna sleep with your
Your whole life
husband.
makes me
Click.
sad.
That was epic. That was a good
No.
one. Now you came
You
back.
are,
and
you
ruined it.
are all.
She did own her. She did own her. Erudite is owned right now.
Oh, you're 30, right? You're almost 30. Childless.
say it
Your
again.
marriage is on the rocks. I like
yes, it's
your
a low-hanging
career.
fruit now.
Your career's your Destiny 2.0. You're not. Your
Uh-huh.
career's not going anywhere. You're not funny. You're not charismatic. You're losing to me, which is holy shit, the biggest L you've ever fucking take. Honestly, you are a
Losing
great
to me is the
example. You
biggest
are a
L.
great example of what I never want to be as a woman. In fact, I've had a wake up call during this call. During this
It's
call,
just so brutal. If you look at it in the context of what Nick said about Erudite to Lav, saying that she doesn't feel feminine enough in comparison, this is just like Lav is so fucking vicious, man. It's so she's such a nasty little fucker. It's so crazy.
I got a
I'm
wake
glad
up
that
call.
this was an effective
I'm
intervention
going
for
to
you.
go to therapy and make sure I never ever talk to anyone the way
You know
that
what?
you speak
If
to
you
me.
are paying your therapist to talk about me, that's a little concerning for you. But you know what? Whatever you need to do to
Like, and that's just a
work-
weird thing for a supposed therapist or a fuck she is, counselor, whatever, psychologist to say as well.
on your
like-
life, I guess.
Can I ask
Right.
a completely unrelated question?
That's
You
the
can say
end.
that as like
Yeah,
a shitter,
yeah.
but not as.
Are you-
So
So you and Connor, I think I heard the other day or something that you and Connor are gonna start training for kids next year.
What? As soon as he sells the company, yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Well, listen, we got our not our faults. I don't know if I can know our issues or whatever, but I really hope that goes well.
Dude, I can't wait to be so fat with baby. I cannot wait. I can't wait to be perpetually pregnant for like 10 years.
You know, Lav, I think after you do a lot of therapy, you're pretty talented in this space. You make pretty good content. You're decently charismatic. So I genuinely, at the end of the day,
this hidden insult. I see right through it, you stupid bitch.
No, hold on. It is an insult in saying that you need to work through it, but also I think you're really charismatic and talented. Yeah, I think both things.
You and your marriage and your life is in a much worse place than mine. You need to go get therapy.
If anyone's here, we've all got fucking problems.
I don't know, from where I'm standing, the marriage is pretty good.
I think
booze the most
But hey,
retarded.
I mean, just to be clear, I mean both things. I think you have a lot
losers.
of problems to work through, and you're taking out a lot of them on me. And I also think you're super talented, and I genuinely hope that like something comes of that for you.
I think
you hate me. I think both of these things are true.
You know, I think that you should
but-
dress for your age. I think you should stop wearing chokers and knee socks. It's getting to be a bit much.
Don't stop, please don't.
I think you're so
I'm
smart.
never gonna stop.
I think you're
I
so
wear knee
smart.
socks till I'm 60.
I think you're so smart and you're so cool, and it's very awesome.
This is why people levy the criticism of sexism or whatever, right? Because when it's guys, it's like stupid, low-hanging nonsense shit, like ha, you're an F slur, ha, like you're ugly, you're fat. But then with women, it's always like comparisons and trying to hit it like the heart of a woman's
femininity, like the heart of
from
my
their
feminine value. Which,
No,
just
just
to
with
be
you,
clear,
like, 'cause you're
like if
insecure
you guys
about
have kids, congrats. I don't think you're worse of a woman. I don't like you. I think you're a piece of shit human. But like, I don't feel the need to insult your femininity.
Yeah, I think you're a waste of space, and I'm actually glad that you haven't bred yet. Because there's still time, Nick, for you to get out. There's still time for you to get out there.
I mean, at the end of the day, like if you think that this is like big W's for you, like I said, I unfortunately don't.
My biggest W will be adding to the gene pool while you don't. That will be my biggest W.
No.
Okay.
Bro, Lab is just so brutal. It's so fucked up.
Like I said, I don't really feel the need to like make weird low-hanging insults at your gene pool or your like femininity.
Just that I need therapy. Just that I need therapy.
You
hey, Lab.
probably do. I said I was being mean and I don't like you.
Right?
Like obviously. Yeah.
Lab.
Yes,
if I was
Definitely
to
need
ask
some
you to
offers.
stop making disparaging remarks about my marriage to me, what would you say to that?
I'd say sure.
Okay. Would you mind?
He's so fucking pathetic, dude. This guy fucking sucks.
Not making disparaging remarks about my marriage to me?
Yeah, I won't do that to you anymore.
Thanks, homie.
Yeah, no problem.
Ugh. What a disgusting freak.
I will say, coming back after a mic drop, not a good look, but that's okay.
Pathetic fucking
shut
cuckold.
No.
I'm just
You can get another mic drop. We'll
just-
open the floor for you.
It's
You
just
can
that
do
I literally caught Kyla in a lie on air, and she has not
did it.
explained sacrosanctly how I have lied, just that she feels that I have lied.
You have both
It is
been trying to convince the other one's lying, and me and Justical are just not convinced by either of you, alright?
You know what? I think Kelly and Jay are fucking lying.
Jesus.
Yeah, it would make
I
sense
think
if you
Kelly's
think that.
I think Kelly's stupid and short, and the reason that she's stupid is because she's short.
Wait, how? Wait, are
Uh,
all short
no,
people
no,
stupid?
dude, you
Are you
should-
calling
yeah,
people stupid? Oh no.
Okay, I locked myself into this. Yeah, if this was a
Oh,
Twitch
no.
poll panel, you could wreck me right now, Kelly. Holy shit. That's an
True.
indefensible
I'm
position.
having a very nice bagel.
I don't like Kelly
so-
because she dismisses men's feelings, including my own. But I feel like that's a
Damn.
valid one.
Just
and
because
that's
you
what-
start open every sentence with "I feel,"
It's
and
honesty.
it makes my skin crawl.
Look at that,
Aw.
repulsed by men's feelings. See that?
Damn.
Not
Wolf
the
has
best.
Wolfgang has
It's
birds
mostly
though.
everyone's feeling.
I do have birds. They are very cute. They're asleep right now. I think. Holy shit! I think you guys actually woke them up. I'm not.
You pet them under their wings.
No, that's sexual. You gotta pet them on their heads.
Huh?
You should
Yeah,
pet
they
them
get
under
aroused
their
if you.
wings.
No, I'm not turning on my bird, bro. That's not gonna
You
happen.
should, you should
Wolfgang-
rape your birds.
Why do you know this?
No.
Wolfgang, do you think it's
I'm a bird
patriarchy?
Rape your
owner.
birds.
You gotta
Wolfgang, do
know
you
where
think-
to.
Do you think it's
Whoa, go ahead.
patriarchy when Kelly Jean is disgusted by your emotions? I think that's a sign of
I
patriarchy.
think so. I
I'm
think it's
just,
perpetuating.
my
I
own
think
unique type of brain net, alright?
Oh,
Don't
Kelly,
focus
thank you for
on
answering the question for me.
patriarchy.
I appreciate.
Yeah,
your
if it's
thoughts.
about
were you
me,
talking?
bitch, I'll answer it. I don't care if it was
Bitch.
aimed at you. I'm
Kelly,
here.
I didn't even insult you.
Hooah.
How dare you call me a bitch? Number one.
Why do I need to be a... Well, I can insult people without being insulted first, mate. It's my choice.
I wouldn't be a bitch. I would be a working guy, is what I'd prefer to be called. But if you don't want to respect that, that's
Bagel's
okay
very
too.
good.
Kelly, you know what? I appreciate how far we've come.
What?
You
are you guys
making
friends now?
a
What
very
does that mean?
strange. Look, none of
No.
you people are my
Lav one.
friends, all right?
Sure. But we have
You're
come very
weird.
far. We have
Yeah,
come
we-
very far from you making
We never
me cry.
really had problems other than me wanting to meme when I thought it was funny.
Other than you breaking me down and making me cry. Yeah, we've had no other problems since then.
It's just broken me
I'm
down.
simply a mirror. I hold up and people don't like what they see. That's not my problem.
Why are you switching accents on the fly, Kelly? What's
She's
happening?
doing all the Peaky Blinders
We love
accents.
Kelly. We love Kelly.
She's doing all
Are
the
you-
Peaky Blinders accents.
Are you eating a bagel with beans on it?
What?
Are you?
Is that an inside joke or something?
No.
No.
British thing.
No, just a swing and a miss. Just another swing and miss.
Oh my
we
god,
were
can
being
you
nice.
stop
I
being
mean,
so
a
petty
bu-
for
a bunch of
one
people were
second?
laughing.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. We're having a good time, and Lav's got to be like, "Fuck Thanksgiving."
You know, maybe
Lav,
you know what, Kyla, maybe you
should
need
tell
me on
your
the
therapist
podcast.
that you
Maybe
got,
you
like,
need me on the
so
podcast.
much- I think you got a lot of your mommy issues out tonight. I feel like if I, sampled
here
for
we
you as being
go,
your
here we
mom,
go,
you
here we
could just
go.
yell at me, and I think you're doing some
Here
really
we
good
go.
work here.
You want to talk about my mommy issues? I can talk about all the times you DM me talking about what was wrong in you and Nick's relationship and how you fixed it and all this other shit. Your shit stinks worse than mine, Kyla. You know what?
I'm gonna
any
check
of you
that.
people
I'm
talk
pretty
to
sure you
each
just
other.
made that up.
So
You're a good
weird.
liar, though. This is super
I
effective.
will literally read it out loud if you'd like me to.
Cultural- we talked about feminism. We talked about cultural patriarchy.
Oh, I'll read it, babe.
You sent me
Give it to me later,
about
'cause I'll read it.
decisions. Sure.
Right, Lav is just so fucked up, dude. Did Erudite lose this so badly? Just absolutely jobbed to Lav. So crazy.
Okay, let's find it.
I had conversations where you said it was appropriate and it didn't work. Us talking about our relationship, trying to figure out how to talk about it. Then we talked about you coming on a video about femininity.
Sorry, how do you spell
with me.
relationship?
REL.
RELA.
I'm retarded. Relation.
Might go insult.
The only thing I have is what I accept from someone bad faith who doesn't want to have a professional relationship, and that's us fighting about how you feel like I'm tone policing you. I don't think we've ever talked about me and Nick's relationship at all.
No, because you tried to
stream.
therapize me with this is something that ruined my marriage. Or Nick said that it was something that ruined your relationship and why he broke up with you the first time or something.
I think we have really similar defense mechanisms, and it literally almost ended my marriage 2 years ago. Yeah, that's like
What
me
are my
being
problems?
like, nice and real with you.
And
Is that a problem?
And then Nick
Lav
telling
said
me
I'm
that he
bitter.
broke up with you for whatever reason.
No, we've never broken
Wait,
up.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize like trying to build a bridge with you and being vulnerable was a problem. What's the problem? I'm sorry. This was before.
I didn't know.
Like,
wait, hold on. I never
right?
said it was a problem. I said if you're gonna use my shit, then I'm gonna use your shit.
I'm not using your shit. I'm not.
Yeah, you did. You just tried to bring up my mommy issue thing, and let me.
Oh, your mommy
thank you,
issue.
Nikki. Thank you, Nikki.
Wait, do you
thank
actually
for
have
being on
mom
my
issues?
side again? No,
Like,
actually.
Nick just
we're
selling Erudite out. Like, what is going on? Yeah. Why is Nick just selling her out just live? It's so retarded.
going to get a pedicure tomorrow.
Wait, then why am I bringing up your issues? I just said mommy issues because I'm a woman.
We haven't talked in like a year, and now
Okay.
we're getting our nails done together.
Okay, I generally didn't know you had mommy or don't have mommy issues. I guess
I had no idea. I haven't
think
talked
you
about
have
it every day.
parents. I'm sorry.
I don't watch your streams, girl.
It's Kelly's
Girl, I
thing.
think I talked to you about it.
What's my
don't
thing?
think so.
Doing voices. I don't know why other people are doing
True.
voices.
The
They're
only
not
time
mine.
we've talked has been about like our dynamic, why we can't get along, feminism itself, and then we've talked at VC. We've like fought.
Chinese agent
still about
Lab's mommy
feminism
issues
stuff.
are known lore. Feels weird, man. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
She's
I'm
just
not
so
following
above
your
it. She's
horses.
just so above it. She's never consumed any of my content. She knows it.
What are
She's
money
above it.
issues anyway? What do they even look like? What do
My
they
mom
look
didn't.
like?
My mom didn't hold me enough.
Yeah, probably. If your mom's not
What does
nurturing
that
to
do,
you
though?
like a mom is
How
supposed
do you know
to.
if your mom didn't hold you when you were a baby?
Well,
There's a
mom
deep
can't tell
emptiness.
us.
I'm sorry to hear that you have mother issues, and I didn't mean to hit on that nerve. Obviously, I
Oh,
wouldn't have made that
fucking
joke if
confused,
I had
mate.
known.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
my
you're
mom-
very above making jokes that are
No, I just wouldn't
Or
have made a
close to
mommy
home.
issue joke if I knew that you had like a super bad relationship with your mom.
Yeah. Well,
Why
she.
can't you just say that you hate Lav and you wish she'd die?
I know.
Dude,
Why can't I just
it's
be?
disingenuous.
Why can't I just be?
It's dishonest. Kyla is deeply dishonest.
It's
She has a
not
very
dishonest.
sordid
This is the
relationship
problem.
with the
You
This is
hear
the
that
truth.
problem.
Lav's going
This
to
is
try
the
to have
problem.
kids. You should
This is the
say that I
problem.
hope you miscarry all of them.
This is the problem. I just don't have that in me. The reality is,
Oh,
like,
wow.
I really said my feelings.
You're just
when
too
I said
nice.
that. No, I
Hey,
think you're a silly girl, and I don't care about what you say about me or
It's
my
so silly.
relationship because nothing's serious. Like, your opinion changes every 2 weeks. I don't really care. I think you're
Not
kind
on
of
you
talented
guys.
at some stuff, but I
For
think you're pretty
months
immature
now,
and like
for
dishonest.
months
at the
now,
same time.
I've been asking if he's out. So
I've been
it's been
super honest about how I feel about you. I don't feel a need to like hyperbolize how much I hate you. I don't.
Kyla, let's squash the beef. Kyla, let's squash the beef.
ain't no way. You're lying. You're lying right here live on national television. Ain't no way you want to squash no beef. That's a ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
No, I know that everything you're doing is for Steve. And I get it.
What the hell?
And I get it. Okay,
Everything?
I understand it. I understand it. And so
What
I
is
just want to
everything?
extend a hand to you and say that, you know, if you don't want me talking about you on stream anymore, I won't.
No,
Your
go
content
on.
isn't very interesting, to be honest.
That's
So I
true.
don't. I'm not losing.
It's
I'm not missing
impressive
out.
that
on
you've
a lot.
talked about me so much, despite the fact that I'm
I
maybe
know.
less interesting.
It's
than
because
Lav.
I'm so talented. I mean, really, it's
Almost
a testament to
I'm
my
interesting.
talent.
It's crazy.
You say that,
I
but you
think it's a
haven't streamed
testament to my
Baldur's
talent.
Gate. You haven't
All
streamed
right.
Baldur's Gate.
If you want
haven't
to
done any
squash
of
the
this shit?
beef, we can.
Let's play
We can have
Baldur's
a little
Gate.
conversation about our feelings. You know, figure stuff out.
Disgusting.
I don't think that's realistically going to happen. So.
No, I think
If we want to, we
if you want to have a talk where you don't do the like lecturer talk down to me voice, we can absolutely do that.
I guess you'd have
Just
to like
both get
tell
voice
me
changes. That will fix
when
it.
I'm doing that
Yeah.
voice, and then I will
You
do my
both
best to
sound
not
like
do it.
anime girls.
I need you
But
to.
if
I
you
need
tell
you.
me-
If
if
you
you tell me
tell
what
Wait,
you
hold
when
on,
I'm
hold
doing
on.
that.
I didn't know.
Or
Is
German.
this serious? Are you guys
You have to-
seriously
you have to
talking
talk- you
about
have to
being
talk-
talking
serious.
to me?
I'm being decently serious. I don't feel like Lav's being serious with me, but maybe I'm
You
wrong.
no, I am. I'm being serious, but
Okay.
I'm just completely irony poisoned. I am being serious. If you do it in like a kawaii voice, I'll do like my Jerry son.
There's oh my fucking God,
There's no way
Dude,
that'll be
I-
serious. You want me to
I'll
just
do-
like
This is
You
just
just want
cringe.
me-
This is so cringe.
talk like a baby the whole time? Like
I'm
this?
so
Oh.
I'm so dishonest.
Touching,
What's up
I'm
with
infecting
that?
Everybody.
Did you take me
Hey,
seriously
that
if
is-
I talk like this the whole time?
I
Would I
probably
seem-
I probably
Would I
might.
seem less condescending?
That is
I
disturbing.
probably might. I
I'm
might.
offended as a Seinfeld fan. That does not
Alright.
sound like Gary.
Wait, no. Hold on. I can actually do it. I can actually do
No,
it.
you can't. Oh my God.
No, I can't. In fact, I was starting to do this. Me and Connor were like doing foreplay the other day, and I started to do it, and he was. I'm not kidding. It made him hard. That's how good it was.
Oh my!
That's how good it was. It was. He just the sheer talent
got
of it,
that in
the
my
being
brain
impressed with me. Got
Speaking
him
of
hard.
talent, Lav, somebody in my chat needs you to read a poem before you go.
Okay, hold on. Let me find one.
You sound like Elaine trying to do a Jerry. Or
No.
are you like, yeah, you do.
No, wait. What's something that he says?
The N word?
Yeah, I can't say that on Kick, but I would. But I would if I could.
No, fuck, that's Kramer. I'm sorry. I fucked up the joke. I'm sorry. Fuck.
Okay, let's
It was
see.
Kramer that said that.
Jerry Seinfeld. Well, I'm a master impressionist, by the way. Let's see. Oh, well, now I'm on the spot and I'm scared. Hold on.
Oh, well, don't cut.
Being a
okay,
good husband is like being good.
This is your Queen, Kuihman? Yeah, you're gonna say that the Jerry Seinfeld voice isn't less unbearable than Erudite's baby voice. You're gonna say that? I'd much rather listen to the Seinfeld voice. Listen, this is about the lesser of two evils, okay?
Hold on. I need to get into it. It's the first day of Hanukkah. Give me a break.
Discord saying I'm drunk. I'm not fucking drunk.
Being a good husband is like being a good stand-up comic. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. It'll hit you when you least expect it. It'll hit you.
Why
when
is
you least
Eris
expect it.
flaming us? It's funny these guys think they're relevant enough to have reputations. Eris.
Who's Eris?
Hello?
Hello,
Eris
Connor
is
just
fucking
Connor
funny.
messaged me
Not
8 minutes
Eris
ago,
talking.
just saying
Damn.
yelling.
Pain. No, they're tagging me on Discord. Though. That's why I was so
Let me find a poem.
Is Erison swinging?
Eris
Bring Erison
Ann.
on, dude.
What did I do?
Is Erison swinging?
Got
Is
hit
that
with
what
the
we're asking?
fucking Who Omega lol.
Erison is
know.
swinging, bro. She's bring her in.
I sent her a link. She just was like, "Oh, I'd be really boring," but
apparently
I
not.
told her I'm really boring, and that doesn't make a difference. But she didn't like that
You
argument.
can't be boring.
You can put Discord link chat. Yeah, okay, guys. We'll do a show quickly. Guys, like, sub, donate if you can. Also, we've got memberships and super chats turned on again, so you can contribute that way as well. Thank you very much. And I'll get the Discord link right now. There's my Discord link. I'll put that on the screen as well. Cool.
Stick, you average like 1,000 viewers on Kick now. You're on top.
Are you ready?
Of the world,
Are you
bro.
ready for my dramatic reading?
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. I pulled another quill out of my abdomen today.
Jesus Christ,
Dropped
the
it into a
poetry.
bowl
Oh
of
no.
milk. Gasping for air, I moaned your name. I asked for more. Is this the last? I crossed my fingers, no. Why'd you look at me like that if you weren't going to love me? I was 19. I was 19. Relax. Seems to be a bit of a waste. No, that's just a preface.
Just keep going.
Seems to be a bit of a waste. I told you to cut your hair. I tell every boy I kiss to cut their hair. They never do. Sometimes they let it grow, until the strands turn into tendrils and quills, and they wrap around me and slide off my panties and dip me into milk, and I just swim with your quills. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What's the title of that one?
There's no title.
Jesus Christ.
Title
It's
it.
fucking painful.
Dude, these are poetry's always cringe. It's never good.
Why are you not answering my question? If
Wait,
if I want
why
to quote that title, well, I have nothing.
You get the quill
Poem done
one.
by Lav?
The milk
Untitled
quill.
milk quill poem.
Milk
Yeah.
quill. Okay, milk quill's pretty good. I could have
Milk
just written that.
quill.
Milk quill.
Sounds like night quill, but not.
Rolls off the tongue, huh, Kelly?
Sounds like the
Yo,
name of a
Kels?
new Twitch streamer.
Yeah,
Milk
it
Quill.
does.
Quill.
Milk quill.
Hey, Milk Quill. You want
Dude,
to be on
somebody
this
there
panel?
fucking.
Milk
Well, that was
Quill
a good.
the friends
That was
we
a
met
good
along.
stream.
Hold on, there's a
That-
sweet one. I have a sweet one.
I thought we said one. What happened
Okay,
to
well,
one?
I'm just, guys. Okay, fine.
There's one guy. Okay,
I
I'm
mean,
yelling
nobody
at
else
you
is
right
talking.
now.
You might as well just read another one.
Oh, fuck me. I'm talking. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. I give you.
Jesus
allowed.
Christ, this is so
Slam
painful.
poetry hour. Let's go.
God,
I'm gonna go to
so
bed.
fun.
Have a good night, you guys.
Have a good night, Nick.
Nick.
Wow, could shake the.
What about you,
couldn't
boss?
shake
Are you
it.
staying?
I'm gonna head to bed.
Oh,
Guys, I nickname for the Baneri. Important, okay.
what the heck?
What do you
I don't
want,
even talk
Wolf?
anymore.
Fun
No, I just
remaining.
wanted
I'm
to
not
hang out.
calling.
What the heck?
Are you working on the stuff, on
No.
the goods?
Oh,
on the
it's a
good
male
goods?
one. No, fuck that shit.
I'm finishing
Get rid of that
something
shit.
for your other employee, and then I will continue to work on the goods. Don't worry, boss. It's all good here.
Are you doing you're doing thumbnails again? I feel like you haven't done.
Well, yeah,
thumbnails.
whenever Olive needs help, she's like, "Can you do
Whenever
this?" And
she
then
doth give you work.
We're gonna get some food stamps coverage? Possibly. We'll have a look.
that's right. And I just do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I'm a
Nice.
diligent worker.
You are. That's true.
Thank you.
Lav,
Lav, I'm waiting for this.
Okay, yeah,
Thanks for
you
coming
guys
on,
were
everybody.
talking.
I don't know
You
if you're
guys were
staying for the
talking.
poem or not, but
I'm not staying for the poem. Have a good night, Lav. If you ever, in actually
Hmm.
seriousness, want to ever work.
Yeah, I'm
things out,
serious.
we can
I'll hit
just
you up.
chat.
I'll hit you
Okay.
up.
Yeah, so this content is done. Okay, so that was the last bit that we didn't get to last night. And I mean we had some overlap, but yeah. Okay.